Hello, this is Anthony with BBSN, and we are back for part 2 of the Southern 600 here from Southern Super Speedway. And we are currently getting ready to start lap 26. And as a reminder, left over from part 1, we have a potential rain event coming up on turn number 33. So we will keep an eye on that. And in the meantime, we are back to the race and triple sixes. So we have a duel. And that will be the number 2 cars in the middle group. And after that, we will then go to the fume chart as well. So first off, resolving the duel. And again, number 2 cars in the middle group. That will be Trevor Trostel and Lonnie Lane. And Trostel is going to try and leapfrog up over Brooks Bilovich. And he does so. And Trostel gets a performance chip, which will come in handy. And Bilovich must now make an escape save, and he needs a 9, and he is collected. So again, in the middle third of the race, and that was trouble. So Bilovich with a pit crew of 8 plus 1. The modifier will make it, I'm sorry, right here, plus 1 modifier will make it a 10 or better, and he survives. But Bilovich now is going to go on the fuming list, angry at Trostel. And Lonnie Lane, and he is going to, he has a chip, but only a 3. He's not going to risk losing his chip, so everybody is going to move up. And we will be under a yellow flag for 1 turn, so that allows the Alabama badass Billy Brett to leap into 19th place. And we start turn 26, and this will be a 1 turn away from a pit, so our race leader is going to call for the pit a lap early. And we will make the appropriate adjustments to the rest of the race. Should, again, it last that long with that pending rain threat. So into the pits we go, and we will roll for the pits, and Justice will get the to roll for the fast pit since she called for it. This will be middle group, and 1 and 6 cars will switch places. So Ray Bob Walker back to 7th place in the first group, and Marlon McGarry, who has 2 performance chips, up to 1st. And in the second group, Trostel going to get bounced, and the Alabama Badass and Evan High-Tech UTech jump up into 8th and 9th place respectively. So we will first roll for fast pit for our race leader, Julie Justice. She gets a performance chip. And on to the second group, 7 or better for UTech, doesn't get it. Brett, 7 or better, or 5 or better, sorry, gets it. And UTech actually needed an 8, he still missed his. 6 or better for Lonnie Lane, and performance chips are stacking up here. Donnie Schrupp, a 3, and Donnie Schrupp has a performance chip. So his pits have come through big tonight. If you remember earlier, he needed a 3 to avoid going out on a problem. Hit that, and has hit the performance chip. Hartley will not. Bryson will not. And Tom Rossi does. KJ Nakashima now needs a 4. And Nakashima gets it. So hitting on the low numbers here and racking up the chips. 8 or better for Holder. He's good. Carl, a 5 or better. No. Cacchiola and an 8. He gets his. And Trevor Trostel. And 8 or better gets his second. So we will reorder everyone, and Croyle going to move up into 3rd place and bounce Snook. Brett moves up, Lonnie Lane. And UTEC keeps getting bounced here, and now Aaron Hartley. KJ Nakashima. Vic Holder. Kerry Kakiola. And Aaron Hartley takes a huge plummet here on this pit stop. Getting bounced all the way back to 19th place. As the middle group is stuffed full of performance chips, now we will see who will challenge our race leader. And it's going to be the second position, and that will be Cam Croyle. So Croyle gets it done, and Justice, she's going to use that performance chip to fight him off. And we are out of the pits. And heading into turn 28. We did not do the feud, sorry. So we have 2 on the feud fume chart. And Justice is one of them. So Justice and Schrupp will be the dot. And our second group, the 77 car, which is Bigler, and the 20 car Mullen will be a blank. And it's going to be Schrupp and Justice. So Justice as the race leader will be the rabbit, and this could get extremely interesting here. 9, Turtle is out plus yellow. So Donnie Schrupp, he is going to go out. And this is not a problem though, so he can use his performance chip to avoid that. And we also bypass the yellow, and now we move on. So top group, and 4 is going to be a trouble check, so it just continues to get better. Julie Justice, our race leader, needs an 11 or better to escape. She's good. McGarry an 8. He does not. He has to use a performance chip. Cam Croyle a 10. He's good. Randy Kendrick a 9. Good. And Chris Wynn, 8 or better. Good. Clark Snook, 10 or better, he's good. And Ray Bob Walker, a 9 or better, and he is collected, so we will have a yellow after all. And again, Ray Bob has a pit crew, and we are in the middle. So that's going to be a 9 plus 1, a 10 or better to make the save here. And just gets it done, but he's going to be bounced to the back of the pack. And again, a yellow flag, so turn 29 will be under yellow. And Billy Brett, some interesting things happening in this race, as Brett now in the top 7 with a performance chip. And everybody from the second group will move up 1. Trevor Trostel with 2. And coming up from the bottom group will be Wayne Montana back in the middle into 19th place. And we move on to turn number 30, as 29 again was under the yellow flag. And we have yet another dual 8 number 6 cars in the middle group. So plenty of duels in this one, and Montana is definitely going to go for it. He's going to go after Donnie Schrupp up in 9th place. Needs a 5 or better. He gets it. Performance chip, and Schrupp bounce to the back. And let's see if his luck continues to hold up. He needs a 5 or better to escape, and not this time. And on that, Schrupp with an E. He's going to need a 6 or better with the +1 bonus to avoid being out of the race, and he gets it. So he goes to the back of the pack, and Schrupp, he's going to be fuming as well at Montana. So Aaron Hartley really has nowhere to go. Everybody in the high spots have chips, so he's just going to stay put, and Monica Merrick actually going to have to pass her gas pedal check because there's no yellow, and she does not. So never mind her. Sean Hashhagen needs a 4. He does not. Greco a 4. And Greco moves up into 19th place. So a lot of turmoil, and we are 2 laps away from possibly having this event called due to rain. So hopefully we will get past that. And heading into lap number 31. Top group 8 is going to be trouble. That'll be a skill check. So trouble finder for the top group. And that is going to be the 6 car, Billy Brett. Or actually problem. And 15 on the problem chart. And again, you cannot use your chip to save you from this. Cut tire causes wreck. Roll on trouble repair chart, yellow flag. So that's kind of a bonus for Brett because the problem is much worse. Middle third and a D is going to be a 7 or better to stay in the race. And again, we will be doing a skill check when we come back to finish the challenge. Actually, yellow flag negates all the rest of the challenges, so we will have no further challenges in the top group. And 7, and that bonus paid off as that just gets him out of trouble here. The D pit crew bumps that to a 7 from a 6. So he loses his chip because he gets bounced to the back of the pack. And we will have turn 32 under yellow. And again, no further challenges on that. So it's kind of a turning into a sloppy race, and obviously the rain is coming down. That contributes to that. But things are quickly kind of spiraling out of control here in terms of the race, the pristine quality of a race that actually started very clean for the first dozen or so laps. So now we will move into turn 33, and after this we will be checking for rain. Middle group 7, going to be a star quality there. And we will start with Monica Merrick looking to move up, and some chips up in that top group. She's going after the number 3 spot, Randy Kendrick. Passes the gas pedal check. He's not going to be able to fight her off. He has a 3 on the brake bonus. So Monica Merrick up into 4th place, which could come in handy now. And actually skill check is a 3. All right, so Craig Greco, I'm going to go for it. And misses the gas pedal check, Aaron Hartley. And Hartley's got it. He's going after the 6th spot, and Lonnie Lane up there with 2 performance chips. 5 would have been good enough, so he's going to use 1 to fight Hartley off. UTEC now going to take his shot. And UTEC, he goes after Clark Snook, and Snook has a skill, 2 brake pedals plus a bonus. He's going to fight that off. Down to Trevor Trostle, and Trostle in good shape with 2 performance chips. Misses the gas pedal check. He was going for the 3rd spot, Merritt, and he's going to go ahead and spend 1 and make a nice run around the outside and drop down in front of Merritt, who bounces back to 14th place. And next up, Kerry Cacchiola. And Cacchiola misses the gas pedal check, and he is going for the 5th spot, Snook. And he's going to go ahead and expend his chip to move up past the Snooker, who drops to 13th place. And on we go, Vic Holder. So these performance chips are falling now. He does not pass the gas pedal check, and going after Chris Wynn. So he's going to spend his, and they're going to swap places there on the board. And Kurt Bryson will be next, and Bryson, it's going to be an automatic failure, 1 on the blue die. He was going for the 3rd spot, Trostle. So we will see if they both have to expend their performance chips. The dot they do, blank, and they both do. However, no movement takes place, as Bryson would use his to succeed and Trostel his to defend. And finally, Wayne Montana. And Montana, he goes after the first spot and fails. They both have chips, so they're going to roll to see if they expend or keep, and they both blow theirs. But again, no change in position. So now we will roll to see if the race is over. 1 or 6, and we move on to the next turn. Turn number 33. And 6, we have a duel. And 8 is going to be the number 6 cars in the middle group. So Kendrick and Greco, and we have a little bit of an opening here now. Greco, he's going to go after Wayne Montana up there in 8th place, and he gets it, picks up the performance chip, and Montana now has to make the save. And he needs a 7 or better, and rolls an 8, so Montana is collected. And Montana with a pit crew rating of A, so a roll of 10 or better will save him, and he gets that, drops to the back of the pack. And Montana goes on the fewing list. Kendrick, he has a heat quality, so he's definitely going to give it a shot, and he is going to go after... he's going to go after the man who just moved up there, Bryson. And a favorable bounce there, so he gets it, or up into 9th place behind Greco. Now Bryson has to make the save. He needs a 9 or better to escape, and does not, so he's collected. And again, 10 or better on the roll, and Bryson is done. So Kendrick and Bryson, they are going to have a feud going in next race. So feud race 8, 57 and 36. As Bryson does not appreciate being collected there, and he is the 4th driver out of this race. And he goes out as a result of a crash, so look for him and Kendrick getting into it our next time out. And again, we will be under yellow. So first we will see, we cannot finish the race under yellow. So turn 35, we will not do a rain check. And again, under yellow, no need to roll to fill in the gap. Sean Hashhagen and Robbie Petrosky both have had multiple chances, finally get to move up. And turn 36 will be a pit turn. So we will pit and see what happens with the rain after that. And 6 is going to be TV drivers and leader if a TV driver, which she is. So 1 and 2 switch places in both groups. And Justice, with the rain coming down, this fast pit opportunity here could be absolutely huge, 10 or better, and she gets her chip. Trevor Trostel, TV driver, needs an 11 or better, he gets his. And Lonnie Lane, he needs a 6 or better, misses. And finally, Aaron Hartley needs a 6 or better, and he gets his. So we will reorder. Trostel moving up to supplant McGarry, and then Lonnie Lane follows suit and bumps him further back into 7th place. And from the middle group, only Aaron Hartley will move up. He'll take over 12th place from Chris Wynn. And now we will see who challenges our race leader, and then again do a check for a possible rain stoppage. And 3, that's going to be Lonnie Lane. And he needed a 4 to pass, so now we will roll to see if they will both use or keep their chips, and they keep them. So another big break for Justice. And now checking to end, and we will not end on rain. And move into turn 37. So the weather continues to loom, and we're going to have a duel. 9 is going to be the number 5 cars in the middle group. And that's Chris Wynn and Evan Utek. And Utek is going to go after Clark Snook. Needs a 4, and Snook, big mistake there by Utek. Snook fights it off. He's going to need a 7 or better to escape. He does not escape, is collected. And a pit crew of B, middle third again, and a roll of 9 or better with the bonus. He's good. It gets bounced to the back, and again we go to yellow. So we will have a lap under yellow, and will not do the rain check there. So on to turn number 39. And lots of yellows here in this second half of the race, and we are also 1 lap or 1 turn away from going into the final third, which again decreases the repair values greatly. So 2 and a 10 and top group, and we're going to have a problem in the top group. So red, that is going to be the number 2 driver, Trevor Trostel, and again you cannot use your chip to avoid a problem. 25, cooling problem, roll for repair. And Trostel, he's got the A pit crew. This is going to cost him. He's going to lose his chip and fall to the back even if he succeeds here. So with the bonus, a 10 or better, and he just gets that. So Trostel's pit crew coming up huge. And we will move up, and there will not be a yellow flag here. So 3, and nailing it is Rossi. So Rossi's up into 7th place. And again, this race has degenerated. It continues to be sloppy, lots of issues. And Kevin Pettis now a chance to get into the second group, and he's up there. Meanwhile, brother Jordy is nowhere to be seen. So now we will challenge, or finish this particular challenge. And top group, and this will be a skill check. So skill, and Cacchiola is going to have the first shot at this. So Cacchiola going after Justice, and Justice has the bonuses, 2 brake pedals, and a 5, so a 6 it's going to take to knock her off. He fails Vic Holder, and Holder has a 6, and 2 passes gas pedal check, so Justice forced to use her chip to fend off that challenge. And Lonnie Lane is looking like our next race leader here, which is crazy. And to be fair, Justice has led this race since lap 18, so we're now up to lap 39. She definitely gets a performance chip, 2 to be exact. So neglected that. And Lane does not get it done, so we'll roll to see if they both use a performance chip, and it came up the dot, so they do. So Justice now down to 1, and Cam Croyle does not have the skill check. So pardon the oversight there on the lap issue. And we continue to race on. Lap number 40 now, and this is the final lap of the first 2/3 of the race. And top group, and it's going to be a control check. So Marlon McGarry gets first crack at Justice. And again, she is double control, so 6 on a blue die or better. And McGarry rolling high. Justice has to use her final performance chip to fend him off. And Cacchiola, he wants another crack at it. Does not get it done. Down to Lonnie Lane, our other TV driver. And Cam Croyle is going to unseat the Queen of Scram as he has a performance chip. But he would like to retain both of them. And he does. 5 on the gas pedal checks and a 6 on the blue die. So Croyle up into first place in envious position. 2 performance chips, and we are under rain threat. So Justice leads from lap 18 to lap 40, 22 laps in the lead. And that is a season record to date. This is only our 4th lead change, believe it or not. The leaders have all been consistent. Hartley led for the first 11 laps. Trossel then stepped in and led for 6. And then Justice, that 22-lap run. So we will now roll to see if this race continues or not, and it barely does. That rain's getting heavier. The race officials are keeping a close eye on the track, but we are going to race on for now. So turn 41, and we're going to have another problem, and this will be the second group, a control check. So first we will resolve the problem. And 55 in the second group. 55 is going to be driver number 5, odd. So driver 5 odd is Robbie Petrosky, and Petrosky has a pit crew of B. And again, we are in the final third of the race. So final third, a roll of 1 to 6 is the base, and again the 1 bonus for the track, so 7 or better to save himself, and he does. I actually did not roll the problem finder. Clutch problem, roll for repair, so all good, but Petrosky has to go into the pits to get repaired. So he'll fall to the back. Parnell Drake needs a 4 or better to move up into 19th, and he does. So issues aplenty here. And again, we will be doing a control check now. And Parnell Drake does not have it. Kevin Pettis does. And the top group, except for Racin, our race leader, is devoid of performance chips, but Pettis fails his brake check. Gary Pine looking to move up. He fails his gas pedal check, sorry. Sean Hashhagen. And Hashhagen, he's going to get it done. So going after the second spot, Lonnie Lane, or the 5th spot, sorry, Barlin to Gary. Holy brain fart. No, 3rd spot. Jeez, oh. So 3rd spot, White Die. Gets the brake pedal check and 5, so Hashhagen's going to move up into 4th place. And that brings up Greg Carl, and Carl misses the gas pedal check. Monica Merrick. And Merrick misses her gas pedal check. And Clark Snook, he has a double control. So Snook, he's going to go after Lonnie Lane and makes a pass there, and he's going to take a crack at Cam Croyle now. And Croyle, again, 2 bonus, 1 brake pedal, and the control factor. So he will need a 5 or 6, and he gets a 6, but the wrong place as he fails a gas pedal check. And Croyle keeps the lead. Going down now to Aaron Hartley, and Hartley misses the gas pedal check. Next up, Craig Greco. Greco nails his, going after the 3rd spot in Hashhagen. And Hashhagen, all he has is 1 control and the bonus. So Greco is going to move up into 4th place and keep his chip. And KJ Nakashima going to get our final crack at the top 7, and he passes the gas pedal check, going after the 2nd spot, which is Clark Snook. And Snook is going to fight him off easily, so Nakashima is going to spend his chip and bounce up into the top 7. And again, we will roll to see if the race continues, and it is over, folks. Called at the end of lap 41. So scheduled for 600 miles, we get 410 in the books due to rain. And I think the race officials looking at this as the final third of the race, and enough trouble. Things have been getting sloppy enough for this rain coming down for the last roughly 100 miles or so. And lots of problems, a couple of dust-ups, so they decided safety would be the safer route in this one. So this one is over, and Cam Croyle is going to take his second victory of the Scram season and do so without any drama or challenges as we are done. So our top 7 is Croyle in the winner's circle, followed by Julie Justice in second place. A nice rebound for her. KJ Nakashima with a late run there gets up to third place, and he continues to surprise. Craig Greco in fourth. Kerry Kakiola, a good solid finish in fifth. The veteran Marlon McGarry in sixth place, and Tom Rossi in seventh. So we should have a bit of a shake-up in the leaderboard here. And Trevor Trostel, who is our pre-race leader, he's actually going to finish in 38th place. So Justice probably will overtake. He had a pretty comfortable lead. We'll have to see. Croyle will definitely be in contention as well. So that wraps it up from Southern Super Speedway, the Southern 600. A rain-shortened affair. We get in 410 miles of 600. And again, the winner in this one, his second victory of the Scram season, number 68, Cam Croyle. Cars that did not finish. The 76 car, and Mark Forth. The 57 car, Kurt Bryson. 56 car, Disco Stu Urich. And the number 8 car, Graham Pleasant. All were knocked out of this one. So in terms of attrition, not bad, but just a lot of sloppy driving the second half of the race. And we will see if we can rebound next week. So next up on the agenda, it will be the Doc Cola 400 at Dixie Regional Raceway. And that one probably will not be up for, well, it won't be up for over a week. So we are heading out on vacation Friday, and we'll be gone a week to Hawaii. So enjoy the nice relaxation in the tropics. And I didn't even ask, but even if I had, I wouldn't be taking red, white, and blue racing with me. So next race will be in a week or so. And until next time, keep rolling for the finish line, and have a good night, everyone. See ya.